Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. Like what you see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Motorsport Manager, and it's episode 1. Hit reset. We just finished a series that had 80 plus episodes to it. We climbed all the way through the ranks of the single-seaters into Formula 1. We survived our rookie season, and in our second season, in our sophomore season, we did quite well and ended up with a shocking 4th place in the Constructors. But instead of continuing on to season 3 and going for the championship, we're back with this new series. And in this new series, we're using the Fire Fantasy 2019 mod that brings the real F1 teams and a whole level of realism that wasn't there previously. I felt it was time for that change, and so here we go. Reset button is hit. What it also does, as well as bringing that realism into it, instead of the 10 Constructors teams that we have, it actually ups that number to 12. So we're going to be taking the role of one of those two, but instead of taking those two stock teams, Alpine Racing and Manor Racing, as in Marussia, we're going to create our own team, bringing back Decathlon Gamer Racing. But as you can see, we have a new livery design as we head in, and you're going to see some new features that come. So with our new team set, we're going to get started, and we have our choices of investment offers. So these banks are interested in funding a brand new motorsport team, and they want you to head up the entire operation. You'll need to keep your investor happy, so choose wisely. We actually have a nice number of choices here, 5 choices. The previous one only gave you 3, or at least initially. It's been so long since we started a playthrough. After 80 episodes and almost 2 years, a year and a half at least on that playthrough anyway. We have our standard choice here of root investments. Let's see, we have a young grunt hedge fund, root investments. Let's just focus on, you could read the details yourself and hit pause. Let's see, we have 3-star chassis in first season and a small starting financial package, but low pressure. Stonewall Bank gives plus 40% team marketability and medium starting financial package. Golden Tiger has a pre-built test track and a large starting financial package, but the pressure is high. Nippon has risky parts are harder to detect. Low risk parts are undetectable. Oh, that's different. So we've got, the McLaren of a little over a decade ago, and medium starting financial package. And I hate cheating, so I definitely will not choose that option. And then finally, Yanderbull can only sign drivers aged under 21. Driver improvement rates are ×2. And you have a medium starting financial package. That's interesting. So you can really develop drivers more quickly, but you've got to go with young drivers to make that happen. The Stonewall Bank is an interesting one because the team marketability makes such a difference on your sponsorship deals. Plus 40% is a lot. But you could get team marketability up. That's not the hardest thing in the world to do, and it's a medium starting package. There is definitely some pressure. Now, Root will create the ultimate challenge. Very little money, a weak chassis, but low pressure. All I really need to do in the first season is not finish in last place, which can be easier said than done, as we're kind of headed for survival. Now, in this reset, and I won't bring up the old series much at all, so if you haven't seen it, it's okay, but feel free to go back and watch. First, 4 or 5 episodes, pretty nasty old Mike. I got the new one and the one that I'm on now, somewhere around episode 5 or 6 on that, but like I said, I was up to 4th in the Constructors out of 10 teams by the end of the second season. So I'm not wanting to start right where I left off. I am resetting a bit, but I'm not resetting all the way down to F3. We're in F1. This is an F1 team. Do I want to take the risk, though, of being demoted? That would really mess up this playthrough if I did that. But I do want the challenge. So, with that being said, here we go. We're heading on down to the small time. We got to build from the ground up. Small starting package. Not much money to work with. We've got our work cut out for us. And what kind of car they'll get me, I don't know. I don't know if I'm replacing the Manor team. I certainly hope that I replace one of the 2 teams, either Manor or Alpine. And for my sake, I actually hope it's Manor, because if they give me random drivers, it's not a big deal. Wow. Okay. Now this is a little worrying. They did not replace Manor or Alpine. We replaced Haas. That sucks. I'd much rather have the 10 legit teams remain in place. However, the one caveat to that is that Haas is an American-based team. And as I am American-based myself, I have an American-based team. Yeah, so it makes a little bit of sense, at least, that we replace Haas on the grid. Okay, well, enough of that. Let's get into things. I suppose the one good thing is it does give me the weaker teams of Alpine and Manor in play. So at least I'll have them to compete with for not being in last place. But we have the worst drivers, we have the worst headquarters, we have the worst staff. Everybody's equal on sponsors, apparently, because we're somehow 3rd, but we're at the bottom of the list. Pit crew is 12th. Maybe if we move forward a day, this will happen. But let me make sure we are all set. Is it? Yes, okay, it's 2019. Good. The mod adaptations that were necessary were successful. Alright, well, let's check some things. So we're starting low on the management, financial, loyalty side of things. My backstory is a financial backing, so that's going to help our poor little side survive a little bit easier, a little bit better. We have a lot of mail here. We have 50 million to start with. That's not much, but it's okay. Income, though, minus 1.3 per race already. That's a lot of money that we're standing to lose, but hopefully we'll check out sponsors shortly and see kind of where the team is at. So, start of something great. You didn't just think you'd be handed the reins without an oversight, did you? Well, kind of, considering I'm the team owner, but you're the chairman. I run the team, I guess. Investors have asked me to keep an eye on how things are progressing. I'll be acting as your chairman, and I have the powers to remove you from your job if things aren't, shall we say, going to plan. Anyway, I look forward to working with you. Rest assured that there is plenty to do. Poos. Okay, getting things started. Amazingly excited decision, wonderful new venture. It's a pleasure. Okay. Targets for the season. Now, here's the dangerous thing. If we take 12th, there's no pressure. I will definitely not get fired. But we only get 37 million. To go on top of that, 50 million. That's a decent chunk of change. I mean, we're looking at 87 million. And we already have a chassis. Meaning that is money to work with. Now, we do get an additional 7.5 million if we opt for 10th. However, any time that we finish at the back of the grid, sayonara to boss approval rating. It's going to go down. Safety first. We better not finish in 12th, otherwise we get relegated. But now the pressure's off. Let's see. I'd like to present my initial report of the state of the team. Take a deep breath. Our drivers are awful. Our designer is awful. Our mechanics are awful. You need to get hiring fast. You know where to find me. We'll get there. One screen at a time. Well, let's take care of the mail first. 3-stage qualifying, as Formula 1 is going to be using 3-stage qualifying this year. I thought I'd send out a quick rundown of the rules before the first race of the season. If you know Formula 1, you know these rules. If you don't, well, here they are. As the name suggests, there are 3 stages qualifying, Q1, Q2, and Q3. Top 15 drivers from Q1 will go through to Q2. Top 10 from Q2 go through to Q3. Furthermore, the top 10 drivers will need to start the race on the tires they finish qualifying with, which should help to keep things interesting. Now, in real life, it often doesn't, the way the tire wear works. But in my last playthrough, we had 3-stage qualifying, and it absolutely impacted the way things were. The top 10 were at a disadvantage. Only the top teams, top 3 generally, but even more so the top 2 teams, seemed to overcome that for the most part, and were the top 2 in the constructors. That third one, in this case Ferrari, not Red Bull, I beat them out for 4th place in the championship because I was always qualifying just outside the top 10, and so I got free choice of tire. Didn't have used tires on the car, didn't have to pit early, and was able to make 1 stops work while everybody else was on 2-stop strategy. That was just enough for me to get ahead of those teams more often than not. Introduction to the pit crew. They have job-specific stats. They have a stamina. I know what I'm doing, but I got it. There is recovery. We'll go through it when we get to that screen. Okay, Adric Williams' contract elapsed. Tarek Gillen. And Pavel Vasilovich. So, we've got some work to do to get drivers and staff and everything. Our first race, the Sydney Grand Prix, aka Melbourne, as in Australian Grand Prix, to open the season here very shortly. Where to begin? Well, let's start with financial standing, because we can't do much without some sort of support there. So let's get to it. Oh man. Okay. We have a team marketability of 0%. The drivers we have 0%. So we have a 0% marketability, which means we're going to get the most basic of sponsors. This is going to be crazy tough this season, and we have no sponsors right now. So the good news about losing $1.3 million per race is that's all our costs right now, because we have 0 money incoming. So that's actually not a major deficit right now. Finances, yeah, looking at that. Here we go. We have our base money. Next year's car is the majority of what we're setting aside at $1 million per race. I definitely want to focus heavily on next year's car. And what are you set to right now? Medium. High is not that big of a difference. Let's go ahead and go with high. Confirm and continue. We need to invest for next season. We need to survive this season. How we're going to do that, I have no idea, but we're going to try. Car parts, that's one way to get there. Drivers, I love that they cost me absolutely nothing. My reserve driver will continue to cost me absolutely nothing. My second driver, I think, will continue to cost me absolutely nothing or very, very little. We might take on a terrible, terrible second driver this season who has good marketability and is super cheap. Maybe even a pay driver. That could be something. We could find a decent driver if they're a pay driver. But we need one good driver. And we're going to outfit one car as best we can. I need the mechanics. I need the designer. Headquarters upkeep is cheap right now. We'll need to take a look at that. Do we have anything in the headquarters right now? I don't know. It's a new team. This is going to be really hard at the Formula 1 level. Travel costs per race, about $350,000. Pit crew right now is garbage, and that's something we can fix almost right away. Well, not so much, actually. You only get so many options per week. So this is going to be a difficult, very, very difficult first season. Chairman's happiness, not so great right now. I could request, what is the... Well, okay, fine. I was just looking... I wasn't going to confirm, but I was going to look into it. Alright, well, scouting, yeah. Okay, let's get to scouting. That's the drivers that were here. Alright, well, I know you've got good drivers in, like, Alexander Albon, who's driving 4 Toro Rosso. I would definitely like to look into maybe a Formula 2 driver. Maybe one of the top drivers in Formula 2 as of right now could be a good investment for us. A lot of errors in Formula E, but okay. How about we sort by age, and then we'll go from there. And I'll go for a couple known commodities to scout them first. David Schumacher. Interesting. Mick Schumacher is definitely going to be the first one that I scout. Enzo Fittipaldi has a good reputation and is probably going to be pretty high on the marketability side, but offers no feedback as of right now. Haley Deegan is probably high on the marketability side. Do I have anything about scouting required? So I know she's high up on the marketing side in the US. I can only scout 3 right now. That's not a good thing. She's probably not a good driver right now. Feedback, there's something. This could be a second driver, though, if they're high on and cost very little. She wouldn't be a pay driver, though, I don't think. Let's see here. Lando Norris, but of course that's a cost that I don't want to incur right now. There you go. Mick Schumacher absolutely will scout. $2 million a break contract. And paid a bit high. They've got him here in Formula 3. In real life is Formula 2. What do we have? Kind of basics. Braking, overtaking, fitness. That's a decent driver already. And marketability should be, could be rather high. Mazepin is available. Wouldn't cost me anything. Mazepin, how are you? Oh, your feedback is super low. Your braking is super low, so no. What about Laurandi? Really low on the feedback and consistency. Callum Lott. Cornering's quite low. It's the marketability side that's going to be tricky. Joel Eriksson. Could be. That could be a decent grab for us. That's a bit expensive to break that contract, though. Lance Stroll, not a chance. Steady camera. $1 million to break contract. That's not bad. You were the reserve driver for McLaren. Leclerc, can't afford you. Would love to have you. George Russell, not a crazy expense, but we can't afford him either. Should probably look into somebody who is unattached for this third option here, because I'm going to have to try to sign one or two of these. Hubert is doing a great job in Formula 2 right now. Skill-wise looks pretty low, and Hubert, I don't know if the marketing would be that high. Let's see. Ocon would be an outstanding pickup. And I know marketing-wise should be high, and that certainly does not look like Ocon, though, does it? It's hard to tell, all squinty-eyed like that, but that does not look like Esteban Ocon. Focus is, this could be a number one driver. This could be your number one driver. Cost me $2 million to get away, and would cost me a bit, but if the marketability was high enough, getting him in our seat would be a fantastic investment. I just don't know if I can afford him. Or if he'd even be willing to sign with us. I mean, we are at the Formula 1 level, right? And he's a reserve driver. Let's do it. Okay, Ocon. Where'd you go? Disappeared. Scout. Okay, there's our 3. Mick Schumacher will have ready in 14 days. That's not enough time. We're going to be absolute garbage in this first race. Okay, pit crew. Wow. Okay. Well, higher. We'll have some better options here immediately. And we are really starting from scratch. So cost per race is super cheap. So this is going to be good upgrades immediately. Necessary upgrades immediately. will definitely do some hire and fire kind of jobs. Hire those 3. And at least it's not costing me an enormous amount. We're going to reject that one. And there we go. What can we get from this pit crew? Not much. Not much is the answer. There is no refueling, so we don't have to worry about that. But we have front and rear jackmen. We do have guys assigned specifically to fixing the car, which wouldn't normally be an issue, but the first race certainly could be an issue. But of course, if we have to come in and fix the car, we're going to be at the back of the grid, period. So the tires is priority 1, along with jack. So we've got a rear jackman here. Swap, we got a front jackman. Just like that, our stops are at 5.5 seconds. Woo! Hooray, hooray! Okay, take out the worst. Go for the lowest morale, as these guys are all on 2s. The next lowest. Those guys are likely to make mistakes, and we've got a 4 at least here now. And then the fixing and what's left. Oh, it'd be nice if we can get 1 more on the tires. That's somewhat better, but there's nothing. There is literally nothing. I should fire a couple of these guys immediately, like this one. Oh, yeah, it won't even cost me a thing to get rid of you. But it'll cost me 1,000 a race, which sadly right now, every little bit counts. You're good at refueling, but nothing else. So we're going to fire you as well. I'll be hiring whatever 4 I can get next race or so. Yeah. It only cost me 1,000. I'll literally have 1 in reserve, or is that not even worth it? It's not. It's not even worth it to have 1 in reserve here. You are so bad. We're going to be buying new reserves next week. Okay, well, there you go. We are by far 12th on the grid, but we're down to 4.8 seconds for our pit stops. That's still ugly. So ugly, but it's something. Staff. Yeah, absolute garbage. At least they all cost us nothing. But we need help, so scouting. Designers first. We need a free agent and not stealing some away. So we need, let's go by ability. And Isaac. You are pretty decent. You would be a good hire. You are interested because you have no job. The cost, well, that's expensive. That is expensive, but we will get sponsors. And this is how we're going to get better. But wages are important. And your high end of the spectrum is way too much. So, no. We are not spending $500,000 a race on our designer as much as I want to, and as much as we desperately need a good designer. Maybe we'll come back to him, but let's see what else we can get. She's not going to be as good, but she can develop to 5-star potential. So let's give her a try. We have add 10 days, but get an additional great slot. Ooh, nice. Okay. Not actually sure if I'm going to end up using any of those, but here we go. Wages fairly important. High end of the spectrum, again, is still nearly 4 million a race. Maybe we can get her for less. Long contract. Wants a nice signing fee. Doesn't care about bonuses, so we can at least get kind of freebies for that. Give you minimal bonuses here. Does want a nice signing on fee, which is what? $1 million. One time. We do have money to spend. I can max that out. Well, okay. We'll almost max that out. She'll be happy with those. She'll be happy with that. We're going to try a moderate amount. She does not have much patience. But I think I might actually just try to sign any and every one of these good ones. Maybe I'll try to sign... Yeah, he just wants way too much. But let's continue down the list. Anybody without a job? You are terrible at suspension. You're at least improving. Good in other areas. Of course, you all want to get paid. Same deal here. So I don't think our odds are really any better of getting you than getting the other one, other than you have a little more patience. I think we're lowballing both of them way too much. So I don't think they'll sign, so let's keep going down the list. Get another offer in. Alright, now we're talking. None of them have tremendous room for improvement. Here, we're a little better. Terrible at rear wing. That's going to take you a long while to improve that one. Ah, there you go. Here's somebody we could keep long term. 5-star. Improving quickly. Wages are fairly important, but the max level is 265. Probably keep you down around 200. We can give you what you want. And we'll get the bonuses here because you're going to be happy by having any bonus at all. Let's go ahead and go max. I think this is the one we can get. And she's patient. Should I go less? What was max? 265. That's already coming down a lot. 200,000 a race. Alright, maybe I'll try those 3 for now. Let's go back into... So that was lead designer. Now we need 2 race mechanics. So, race mechanics. Okay. There are definitely more unemployed quality race mechanics. Like, this one probably wants way too much money, but we'll see. $312 is top end. They make a bit less for what they do. What's your nice signing fee? A lot. Can't afford it. Sorry, Freya. But, those negotiations are over. It's another good one. Interested. Wages are fairly important. But now we're starting to talk. You don't care about these, and you're very patient. I think I will be signing this one on, because what is the max bonus? Is that high? That's low. That would probably be enough. That should make you happy. That'll make you happy. And now we need to bring this down. That's probably what you would settle for. This is probably less than what you'd settle for. We're going to try that. It's a lot. But if we get 3 staff members for roughly $700,000 per race, we're looking at needing about $2 million in sponsorship money. I think we should be able to cover that. Come on. Right? That's a 4.5 star. 4.5 star race mechanic. That's quality. Sun Shu Ying. Interested. Wages are fairly important, but top end a little bit lower. 206. Long contract. Again, not important, so I think we could get both of these two signed. We have a bit of patience. It's all a matter of how quickly I can get them signed, though. Where's the max? That's cheap. I like that. Alright. I think I can get both of those signed. I'm not going to bother with others. I'm going to try to just sign those two. That'll help save some time. Now, the drivers, I need some scouting before I just jump in and sign, because I need the marketability badly, because we don't have any team marketability. So our first race could be super ugly. Will be super ugly. I'm not going to get anybody signed in 20 days. But we'll get the staff going. We'll get the staff going. So there you go. 2-star team at the Formula 1 level. With no headquarters or anything. 3-star chassis. We're going to get slaughtered. We are going to get absolutely slaughtered. Yeah, everything's level 1. 10 million for the factory. That's already a big chunk of our budget, just like that. Scouting, we'll have to wait. Staff, it's going to have to wait. Forecasting, it's going to have to wait. Design center. It's another 10 mil. It's gonna hurt. That's all we can do for now. 2 upgrades on the way. Finally, the car. We're gonna be dead last in everything. Oh my goodness. Yes, we are. They didn't give me any sort of quality. I was hoping there'd be some. I was really hoping there'd be some quality. No, nothing. So we'll start right away designing what we can, which is not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty at all, but let's look into the engine, what can, and remember, this is our lead designer at the moment, so this is just baby steps. Why don't I go with whatever is cheapest? Rear wing, brakes. Let's look at the brakes. What do you have? I need to wait. There's no point. Oh, there's a plus 20. I mean, that's a big step up from where we're at right now. Okay, we'll do that. Oh, that's ready in 3 days. Oh, that's quick. Ooh, I like that. Okay, it's quick. And it's already reliable to an extent. So We could put a rear wing together in 3 days. Let's do it. It's not a massive improvement, but it's something, and it's ready in 3 days. Let's move forward. 68 million left. Oh, no. Okay. Ouch. 2 at a time. Well, engine, most important. So we'll work on that first. And actually, only one car is important. So let's get one of those improved. And the gearbox is the other one that is most significant. So there you go. And then we'll also try to fix up those 2 parts even further. All right. New rear wing is built. That is massive from where we were. Can't do much with it. 68% we'll have to do. But hey, it's a new rear wing. And significantly better. Still the worst on the grid. Let's see what a second one might look like. Oh, baby. 7 days. It's costly, though. Keep the parts coming. Okay, contract proposals coming back. Somebody accepted. Not sure which one. Fuji Television. Yes. Well, you've certainly picked a tough task for your first job. Are you expecting to pick up many points at all this season? No. But we're going to need a few, aren't we? We're going to surprise a few people this year. Mark my words. Points are definitely on the cards. I'm quietly confident that we'll manage a few decent finishes, but I'm making no promises. Gisela Souche, double S, Asset, is seen by the fans as your top driver. Do you agree with that? Or is Kubel better? Well, they're both garbage. Frankly, I haven't been blown away by either of them. They're both going to have to perform well to impress me. Oh, nice. The chairman's happy by that. I like that. They're going to be gone soon anyway. I don't care if their morale is good or not. I wrote that you expected to finish 12th in the team's championship. Is that accurate, or do you think you can do any better? Hoping that we're going to surprise. Financial skills aren't in doubt, but some pundits are skeptical about whether or not you belong in the world of motorsport. What would you say to them? They're foolish to question me. Oh wait, no. I understand their concerns, but I have enough faith in my abilities. Managing finances is a big part of motorsport. There we go. Chairman happiness up a little bit higher. Contract renegotiation for Sharon. But Sun Shu Ying has accepted. Good. Okay, we got one. We got one. Okay. You have very little patience. Let's go ahead and adjust this deal here. And you are the lead designer, I believe. Let's see, how far was Max? Very far. Oh, where were we? 287, I think. 350 is a big jump. 350 is a very big jump. I mean, you're very happy with everything else. It's just whether I can get you to not be insulted here. We'll try 350. I can't afford any more. But we did get somebody. A brilliant race mechanic. Doesn't matter which one we're really going into. 206,000 per race. Certainly expensive. But we've got you signed for a long time, and really that's not that bad for the level we're at. All right. One signed. Okay, we got another. Oh, that's okay. That is the lead designer. I have 7 days. I can wait. We'll see if we get any others, because that's the lowest one, 3.5 stars. And we have 2 others that we're waiting on. I have 7 days. Let's wait. Okay, we have a renegotiation with Ansel. That's the other one of the lead designers, but Paddock, I believe, was the other race mechanic. Yes, it is. All right, so we're going to get her signed. 217,000, just slightly more than Xu Ying. All right, so we've got 2 really good race mechanics, just like that. That's something. That is something. Okay, now we've still got some days, and we've still got something coming back here. So what do we have? Rear wing build finished. That's the second already. Still last. I'm wondering when that might change. However, I haven't changed which one's on the car. Let's go ahead and switch those 2 out. Car 1. Car 2. Why are you angry? Oh, you want equal. Well, you're not going to get it. Offer accepted. Offer accepted. There you go. Okay. Offer accepted. That's more like it. 4-star versus 3.5 star. What was the difference in cost though? 194,000 versus 350,000. It's a lot of money, 150,000 every race, but we're talking about a massive difference in how we're going to be able to improve the car. If we have any chance of survival, this is what it's going to take. All right, we've done it. Going to retract these offers. There you go. All right, the ladies have taken to our team staff, taken over, and we're looking at, let's see, 567, about 770. So 770,000 per race. It's not cheap, but at the same time, that's really not bad for a pretty high quality staff. Now, looking at the team, just like that, we are much better here. We've picked up 3/4 of a star already, and our staff is now 8th. It's not too shabby, not too shabby. And all 3 of them have 5-star potential, meaning we could hang on to them long term and help them develop. Alright, now we can start looking a bit better into making improvements. I've already done a couple rear wings. I think I might let that stand for right now. In terms of speed, what we can get onto the car quicker is definitely the front wing. So what could you do? 25 to max. Do we want to start taking risks? Probably not. Probably not. That's not immediate impact though. That's going to take time to get to max, but at least it's something. And it's much higher than where we're at right now. So we're going to keep parts rolling out as quickly as we can this season. See if we can't develop the car. We're already working on improvements. We have 1 sponsorship offer coming in. So it's all good. It's all good. So looking at the calendar, we have 1 week until that first round. There are 16 in this championship. You can see from the calendar, we kind of roll one out every 2 to 3 weeks. Not quite real life tracks, but close to real life tracks. Enough to work with. Now, normally I'll wait for 3, but I don't think we're going to get 3 anytime soon, and it might be important to get 1 sponsor upfront payment. Yeah, see, 4 races, that's not that far. It's going to expire pretty quick. That is a very small chunk of change, though. Very small. But I'm going to go ahead and accept that. It's something. It is something. It expires quick enough. I don't want to sign any long-term deals right now while our sponsor appeal is literally nada. But we are all set up. Now, this first week, I will do a couple episodes, especially because we haven't even gotten into that first race. We will absolutely get through that first race in the next episode, and so that'll come back to back. So look for that immediately, as you should see episode number 2 available here. But I will have a new episode each and every week for a long time coming, because this team's got a long ways to go to win itself a championship, and that is exactly what we're going to be going for, what we're aiming for. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Bye for now.